When the CEO saw his ex-girlfriend pushing a little girl into the hospital, he was shocked to realize that she had never terminated their child back then. He finally understood why, when he saw the girl earlier that day, he felt an inexplicable sense of closeness toward her. But for 6 years, he could never figure out why she had heartlessly broken up with him back then. What he didn't know was that it was all caused by his mother. She believed the girl's background was unworthy of her son and assumed the pregnancy before marriage was just a scheme to marry into a wealthy family. So she used the girl's father to pressure her into leaving him. Afterward, she lied to her son, claiming that the girl had found another man and had accepted $1 million to give up the child. Believing the lie, the man was deeply disappointed and thought she was cold and heartless. From then on, he never looked for her again. Until the school's 100th anniversary celebration, when he returned as a successful alumnus and even donated a building to his former school. The woman, meanwhile, was working there in logistics. When she saw him again, she didn't approach him, knowing the huge gap between their current statuses. She also didn't want him to know that she had given birth to his daughter. The school assigned her to handle the donated building project. But the man said he had limited time and asked her to explain the project to him on the way back. Hearing the suppressed anger in his voice, she still got into his car to keep her job to her surprise. He clearly told the driver her current address and asked him to take her home first. Then he told her to read the contract word for word. This gave her a chance to quietly look at the man she once loved. When she mentioned the building would be located near the school's wishing tree, he recalled it as a place filled with their beautiful memories, but those memories also brought back the pain of their breakup. His expression suddenly turned cold, and he began questioning her harshly. He noticed she wasn't wearing a ring and assumed she hadn't married the man he thought she chose. He mocked her, saying that after taking his family's money, she still seemed to be struggling, implying the man she chose wasn't capable. She replied calmly that she didn't understand what he meant and could stop explaining if he didn't want to listen. He accused her of still pretending just like before and called her fake. Their meeting ended on a bad note. When she got home, her daughter ran out to greet her. The man mistakenly thought the child belonged to another man and left without looking back. The little girl, seeing someone drive her mother home, happily thought her mother had started dating, not knowing that was her father. Later, someone advised the woman to consider letting the child acknowledge her father, but she knew the man's family would never accept her daughter. His mother had already made it clear years ago that she wouldn't acknowledge the child, and now the man was even more distant than before. From the start, they belonged to different worlds. Meanwhile, the man couldn't calm down after returning home. When he received an invitation to a class reunion, he initially didn't want to go. But the next day he attended, hoping to see her. Before entering, he overheard the school board chairman's daughter speaking badly about her, and his expression darkened. He finally saw the woman he wanted to see, but she wasn't there as a guest. She had been called to serve drinks, and the chairman's daughter mocked her to show off her status, even making her act like a waitress. Used to life's hardships, the woman silently complied. But the man, clearly upset, stopped her and pretended to criticize her, actually helping her out of the situation. He then used the project as an excuse to send her away. After she left, the chairman's daughter tried to get closer to him, asking to exchange contact details for work purposes. He coldly rejected any misunderstanding, saying he had no lingering feelings. However, the woman still added him on her phone. When he checked her social media later, he found she had blocked him. The next day, to avoid being alone with him, the woman asked him to come to the school to discuss the contract in front of the school leaders. Unexpectedly, when he arrived, he ran into her daughter. The little girl's innocent words and behavior made him feel a strange sense of closeness. But since it had been dark when he previously saw her, he didn't recognize her as the woman's child. Later, the chairman's daughter, jealous after seeing him try to get closer to the woman, warned her to stay away from him and threatened to expose the fact that she had a child out of wedlock. Furious at her daughter being insulted, the woman slapped her. The chairman's daughter, shocked and angry, planned to tell her father to get the woman fired. But the woman didn't care much anymore. Because of the man's return, she had already decided to leave, knowing it was only a matter of time before he discovered the truth. Suddenly, her daughter developed a high fever. Realizing something was wrong, she rushed the child to the hospital with her father. By coincidence, the man who was visiting his own father at the hospital saw them. That was when he finally realized she had secretly given birth to their child.